throw the classic wall of smokes. Get yourself a smoke, line up at the back of the truck here, aim at the middle of these two windows, jump throw. For the one closer to secret, line up with the side of the truck here. Look for this dark line and the edge of the building and jump throw. Those will pop like this. An alternative way of throwing those is to have one guy get in this corner here, aim at the bottom right of this vent, jump throw. And have the other guy go right here, aim at this dot and jump throw. This is the better way of doing things because this second smoke, the first bounce is right in line with where you would want the smoke to pop anyway. So if a CT tries to throw a Molotov to block your smoke from popping correctly, this will land anyway. You can have one teammate throw 3 smokes for a different wall if he gets in this corner. Aim at the middle of this light and jump throw. Aim at the top right of this light, walk forward and jump throw when you pass like halfway through the light. And then you're going to aim just to the right of the middle of the light in line with this corner of the railing right here and jump throw. Those will pop like this. The proper way to throw the red cross smoke is to run in line with this shadow here and throw aiming at the top of this light post back here. This is better because it perfectly, completely blocks off the view through this gap here from mini and main, but it also allows you to lurk around this side if you want and also see into here to see if any CTs have pushed up. Another wall of smokes you can do is to get in line with this railing here, aim right here, jump throw, and then get in line with the front of the blue box, aim at the middle of this up to this wire and left click throw. This will allow you to lurk into main. If you want to just smoke off mini, you can slide down the fence until this wall intersects with this. Like that. Then you're going to aim at the right corner of it at the height of the top wire. And you're going to run throw when you hit, or like right before you hit the box. To smoke off main, look for this corner right here on this yellow paint. Then you're going to aim just in the middle of this and left click throw. You can also have a smoke that pops in front of the hell windows over there. You do that by getting at the back of the truck here, aiming just off the right side of the top of this pipe, kind of in between the windows and this pipe right here. And then you're going to run forward and jump throw when you pass the front of this red box. That'll pop like this. If you want to smoke mini from farther out into yard, you can just stand at the corner of this curb, aim at the top of the roof here underneath this vent, and then you're just going to run forward a couple steps and then throw. It's common to molly credit card, but there's a better way to do it so that you definitely burn everybody else out here. It's easy, you just aim left more and higher up. So it'll burn out all of this. It won't burn right here, but you can see these guys, so it's okay. To get from Twinkie to the roof of mini, you don't actually have to jump and take fall damage. You can just have your knife out, or even a nade, and just run. And you'll make it all the way to here and take no damage. Once you're up here, you can surf on the edge of this to kind of like silently get up into mini a lot faster than usual. And they won't be able to see your shadow as you drop off. Usually there's a shadow advantage here. You see that? So speaking on that shadow advantage, if you're holding this angle waiting for someone to peek, you will see their shadow come around here if your graphics settings are high enough. To throw a lurk smoke that lands right here, you have to break the right skylight windows. And then you get in this corner right here. Look at these 2 dots on the white siding, and you're going to make like a third dot as if you're drawing a triangle. So right here. Then you're just going to jump throw. That'll drop like so. So you can drop off, drop down vents with that, or just come out through Squeaky and hide to the side here and catch the guy off on Hut. You can also throw that smoke with a nade combo here. Just throw a nade like this. That'll nade the door. And as you're running through here, aim just above the right side of this A sign, and running through as you pass through this. That'll throw a lurk smoke as well. If you actually want to rush down vents, it's a better nade to just throw the nade, keep running, and just underhand the nade like this. It's a lot faster than having to stop momentarily after you throw your grenade to get your smoke out and do the lineup. To smoke heaven, molly hut, and do a pop flash into A site, you can do it from the top of Twinkie, right here. You have to make sure that the back left windows are already broken. Then you just aim right here, click. And then for the Molotov and the flashes, make sure that these windows are broken. Aim right here. So that'll smoke heaven. It'll molly this side of the hut, and the pop flash will land right around here. Just be aware that when you're standing up there, an opper that's in garage peeking from like this exact angle here will be able to see your head. So look out for that. You are safe from over here though. A safer heaven smoke is to line up on this screw right here. Then you're going to look for the right side of this paint bucket and go down to right here. You're going to jump throw a smoke. For this one, the back window can't be broken yet because the glass will slow down the smoke enough to land. From the same spot, you can do a Molotov for the right side of hut. You just aim below these two screws here and jump throw. Those windows already have to be broken. That'll land like that. If a CT keeps playing Mustang, you can obstruct his view by throwing a smoke behind the paint can here. That'll pop up here, so his head's going to be in the smoke and he can't see anything without moving out to here. A good pop flash for A site. Make sure that the left windows are broken. Slide down this fence until this wall disappears. Then you're going to look for the first screws that aren't crossed by the shadow here. And you're going to go halfway between those screws and the shadow, right here. Then you're going to run forward and jump throw. That'll bounce off the bottom of the skylight and pop right in the middle of sight here. If the CTs keep throwing this Molotov and hut, you can cancel that as you rush in by right-click throwing as you pass this drain in line with this ladder and this corner, like this. That'll put a smoke right there. So this smoke, if it lands in here, will get extinguished. If you want to pop flash out a hut, as you're passing this yellow beam, just aim where this this dark gray meets the light gray. That'll throw a flash. It'll bounce off of here and pop above this lower level, so it'll still blind everybody over there. If you want to smoke mini from Squeaky, look at the ceiling where the center cable here lines up with the yellow. Position yourself here, crouch and aim at this lock, and then open the door and left click throw. To smoke mini, go in here, look at this smudge and middle click throw. And from the same spot, you can consistently smoke heaven by jump throwing, pointing at this electrical box. If a CT is playing in this spot right here, you can pre-fire that by coming into hut, looking for this right hatch, and just spamming the wall there. If you're working ramp and the CTs have a smoke down here, you can have your team pile up in the smoke, and then you can pop flash them out by pointing at this one right here. Then you're going to maneuver yourself into this gap with the chair. Then you're going to crouch and left click throw when the smoke is fading. That'll pop right here. That'll get the guy holding back here, as well as the guy holding on this right here. That will not get anybody on hell, so what you can do is then, after you throw that flash and your team is working out, you can come up against this, crouch, and just aim at these pipes in the background over this orange box. That'll skip off the top of the orange box down to here, and then I'll get the guy hell. If you're going for a B plant and you don't want anyone to peek you from double doors, you can molly it off from behind by breaking this left window and then throwing while you aim below halfway up this green wall, and you're going to throw before you hit this yellow railing. That'll land right back here. So then you can plant right here and be safe from double doors and decon. Moving on to CT side. Outside, you can stop early pushes by sliding down this wall until you see the white part of this middle insulator meet up with this pole in the background. Then you're going to aim at that, and then you're going to run forward and release when this black part meets the top of the pole. popular smoke is the Gla1ve Smoke. Just aim here and running throw. This helps you lurk out to red box. You sometimes get a little one-way right here. So you can catch people. You can jump up on this box, play here. You can play behind it and hold Twinkie. It's also a good idea to pair this with a high flash like this. What that'll do is it'll blind anybody climbing up on Twinkie so that they can't see you cross to here. If you want to break the wall of smokes, just throw a molly at the corner of red here. The closer smoke will pop early and leave a gap, and then the second smoke, if they throw the one that bounces here first, it'll also pop here and leave a big gap here. If they get the wall of smokes down and you want to stop a push into secret, you can just line up on the back of the box here, aim at the right side of this curved ductwork, and left click throw. That'll Molotov like that. And look at this shadow on this wire. If they're stopping to wait for the Molotov, you can spam in line with this wire. If you're playing in secret, there's two one-ways you should know. You can do a one-way to peek on the bottom of the smoke by getting in this corner, aiming at the top right corner of this bracket on this light, left click throw. That'll leave you a gap down here. Then the other one is to get onto this garbage can. Just kind of a notch that you get settled into. Then you're just going to right click on here. The smoke will drop down the stairs a little bit, and then you can jump up on the railing and peek over the top of it. An off angle that people don't play too often is on the back side of main here, on the left. People will often be looking over here, so you can catch people off from here, or just chill back here and wait for them to push mini. If you want to nade guys pushing to red, you can stand back here, line up this middle section of the C-can with this box and the light pole, so that that's in the middle. You're going to aim at the shadow and run and jump throw when your crosshair crosses the bottom of the C-can. That'll drop a nade right here. You can also nade Twinkie by jump throwing at this curb when you're looking at the top of the C-can. And you can pair that with your mini player if he goes right here and aims at the height of this light and just beside this wall. That'll deal a lot of damage. An alternative angle you can play is to get up on the top of mini, or the top of main, and just play from back here. Change things up a bit. You are pretty visible, so just be careful. This is a great way to peek over the wall of smokes though, so if you're up here you can easily see guys running by. If you're playing inner, an early molly to do to stop a squeaky push is to come out here, aim at this railing, and running throw. If they break Squeaky down with a nade, or if they open it, the molly will drop inside, and that'll force them to have to play behind the Molotov instead of being able to push up here, which they would be able to if you throw the molly here. It's also a good idea to molly Hut early, but just be aware that they can use that counter smoke to extinguish your molly, so if you throw one, throw it as far left and deep as you can. And then it has better odds of only like half getting extinguished. Should be common knowledge, but you can drop out of heaven without taking damage by landing on this yellow slope. A gimmicky play you can do, you get on top of silos and left click throw on the top of the door here with a Molotov. That'll throw a fake molly. You can walk through this. The T's will see that the molly dropped there, so they might not be expecting you to walk through here and peek lobby. If you're on site, you can peek mini by jump peeking through this gap here. And also this is wall bangable, so look out for that. For retaking A site, a really good smoke to know is to right click the center of this bucket. That'll put a smoke right there, and it'll give you like half coverage as you peek out of here and start clearing angles. If you don't want to go all the way to the bucket, you can stand in this corner here, aim at the middle of this blue line, right click throw. That'll do the same thing. You can also do it from way back here. Aim just down and right of the corner of the gray here, left click throw. And you can also do it from right here. Look for this band that goes around and the notch in the right duct right here, left click throw. I like this one because you can use that as a fake, so if people know that someone's going to be trying to lurk out of there, you can use that knowledge against them by lurking through mini after you throw that. A little smoke flash combo you can do is get in this corner here, Crouch, aim at this light. This will smoke Hut. Then you can stand up and point at this guy's toe and throw a flash. That'll pop just below here, so then you can go out on that. Another flash, if you have this this Lurk smoke up, you can also do it, is to bounce a flash off the side of this garage door spool. And you can do that by just like aiming at this yellow line in line with that. That'll pop down there. If you're retaking A from inside the vent, you can get to the top corner here and just left click throw in the middle of the yellow sign. That'll smoke mini for you. And then if you're wanting to go down and you think someone is holding in vent, you can pop flash them by getting in line with the vent here. Aiming in line with the closest edge of this ductwork right here. And then you just jump throw. That'll pop a flash perfectly down there and you can jump down after it. If you're holding ramp, you should throw smokes like this. That holds them off deeper into trophy room so they don't get all the control of this spot here. And if you think they're rushing, you can also throw that and follow it up with a nade. So that'll slow them down in this choke point, and then you can mow them down or whatever you want to do. A nice little one way is to get in the corner of this yellow railing and the orange box here. Right click on the yellow pole and these wires. That'll bounce down onto this foot. So if there's guys over there, you have a slight one way underneath the smoke. It's kind of hard to see, but you do see their feet. Another way to play ramp is to hold a pixel angle just for info. If you see them coming, you can smoke them off. Aim just to the left of this so your smoke will bounce off of this doorway. And then you can either hold the smoke or just fall back into here and throw a molly like this to stop them from coming down quickly. Pretty common knowledge, but you can boost on top of these boxes by having a teammate crouch, get on their head. And you can also boost onto those boxes. If you're retaking B and decon is open, you can line the corner of this vent up with this right here. Aim at the bottom of this, step forward and jump throw. That'll put a nice little Lurk smoke out like this, so it'll help you safer get to the silo here. And you can do the same lineup for a flash, or you can come into this corner, crouch, aim at the bottom of the T, and that'll pop a flash out the door.